through an example of the templates here. I can't show the actual patient record. It's on the left side of the screen because it's PHI. So what I want to do is just type in some kind of dummy information here. Date of birth. Let's see, 45. Patient gender is male. That's that section. So the patient section. Date of service we'll say is 04/1/11/2017. That fills out all the other ones. Is this a first case? Let's say no, it's not. Anesthesia start time was 07:30. Ready time was 07:34. Surgery time was 07:45. End time was say 08:12. Got into the PACU at 8:19. Oops. 08:19, and anesthesia time is 08:25. So all the times have been entered on that case. Let's make up a surgeon here. We'll say it's ABI, that one, for the anesthesiologist. Let's say it's, let's see, just making this up here. Auto-populates their individual start and stop times. There is no anesthesiologist number 2. So once we finish these first 3 sections, patient, procedure time, and provider information, in this final section here, you will need to put in the call if there is one. We can default that to none in the templates if that helps. Actually, let me just put that to empty, just see what it does. The selection for the OR, these are the only OR locations we have for that facility. So let's say it's an OR1. Once you enter this one piece of information, the rest of the form is done by templates. And the way the templates work is up here in the upper right hand corner. There's a drop-down menu, and there are 4 fields that you need to look at. This first number is an ASA, and we only default for ASA 1, or we only have templates for ASA 1s, 2s, 3s, and that's it. And then we look at their inpatient status, or their patient type, I should say. Are they ambulatory or are they inpatient? So all of these 1, 2, 3s are if they're ambulatory. The next then is the type of anesthetic. So is it a general or was it a MAC? And then finally, what was the disposition of the patient? Did they go to the PACU or to the ICU? And so I would look over to the left of this, and I would look at the form, just sweep it and say, okay, it's an ASA2 inpatient general who went to the PACU. And so I would say, well, that's a 2 inpatient general PACU. And so this is it, an ASA2 inpatient general PACU. When I select that, I click on it, it will then auto-populate all of the other fields for this form. So it already takes the call shift to none. It sets the trauma shift to no. Here it sets the ASA status, of course, to 2. The inpatient, or the patient type to inpatient, and the primary anesthetic to general. And then in the anesthesia quality, you can see that it sets everything to yes and a PACU pain score of 0. And then in the adverse events, it says no, there were no adverse events, there were no delays, there were no cancellations. What this enables you to do is now to document by exception. And so if you go into macro quality and you say, actually, they documented a pain score of 3, well, it's a lot easier to just change that one score, that one report. If they went in and reported a no for the PONV risk 3 of 5, 2 drugs, then you can simply change that. And then when you're done, you would, of course, hit complete data entry. I don't want to do this because this actually is a case for Louisville. So instead, I'm just going to hit refresh, and what you're going to see is the whole form is going to blank out because I didn't save it. And it's going to allow me to do it again. So I can say, Jim Jones, making it up, encounter 1, 2, 3, 4, birth date is 01/08/1978, the patient's gender, the patient's gender is male. I'm going to go to the next session, procedure times, let's say it was today, 04/1, Wednesday 13th, 2017. Is it the first case? I'm going to say no. Then, of course, these times you have to enter straight off the record. So, let's see, 09:15, surgery in was 10:20, 10:24, and let's say this was 10:35. Go down to the procedure information. I need to select who my surgeon was. I'm going to say it's Combs. Who's my anesthesiologist? Let's say it's Ellis. Move on down to the next section. I'm going to need to put in OR location. Let's say this is Endo 1. I'm done with data entry, and now it's to the templates. Screen the form. Maybe this time when you look at the form, it is an ASA 3 ambulatory MAC who went to the PACU. then I would look at, for the template, it was 3, ambulatory, MAC, PACU. And when I click that one button, it will default for that specific form all of the complete fields to this default. And I've emailed you what those default answers are. If you need to go in and say, actually, we did have an adverse event, I can say yes. And then from here, I can say there's a fire in the airway. And then when I'm done, hit complete. Those use of templates up in this upper right-hand corner just make it a lot faster. Your data entry team can just look at the form, and 99% of the time, it's all going to be the same answers. The parts that are going to be different are the ASA, the patient type, the primary type of anesthetic, and did the patient go to the PACU or to the ICU? And that's what you can use templates to auto-select that information. So I hope that helps. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.